Okay, no, I'll keep it real simple early on. One thing early in our swing, in our kinetic chain, that I would recommend you work on as we move forward here and get back into it. As you take your stride, look where your front foot gets to, okay? Now look as you get into the ground, how it's going backwards. And you can just watch those major league samples that I put up there with Pilar and with that guy from the Mariners and see how they stride into the ground. And you can see from that position there, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get a good lower half action because we haven't set ourselves up real well. And you can even see as you start to go back, you can see how your front knee and your back knee start to come out really before we are getting into the ground. You can see how we've got our chin a little bit forward. We're leaning a little bit here, but I'm just more concerned right now about what we're doing with our lower half because that creates a host of issues, including getting our arms a little bit ahead, coming up a little bit. And that's why those fastballs up were a little bit tough today. And I understand we're just getting back into it, and that's why I wanted to start off with just something real basic here where, all right, so negative movement into hip load, good. Watch as your stride gets out. Now you can see where your front foot is there. Now as you go into the ground, again, you can see how your foot's coming backwards. And watch, see how both of your knees are turning. And by the time we get to immediate preparation with our heel down, again, compare that to the major league samples, you can see that we're not in the most powerful position in order to get a good rotation to feel this drive here get us to the ball as we've started to spin and get back. So I would say, just watch those major league guys that I put up there and how they deliver their weight on their stride and just keep going forward and get into the ground, toe, heel, so that we take out that backwards action we get there, because from there it's real tough to rotate, and we have a little bit of a tough time when the ball gets elevated. You got some nice stuff as you work through to the ball, but as we get that move there, you can see the space that you've created between your top hand and your back shoulder. Because as we are making this move here, you can see how we get a leak apart there. And that's what makes it tough to get to that high pitch, as we've created that separation. We've got one more here. Okay. Rocking in the back hip load, then just keep letting that back leg deliver your front leg into the ground. Because again, as we watch here, you can see that we're still well in the air. And see that as our foot goes down, we'll get turn here, we'll get turn here, we'll get movement up here. As we get to immediate preparation there, we've created that space between our top hand and our back shoulder. And again, we're not in a real powerful position to turn the way that our weight's distributed and how we've already started to turn here and how our weight's coming forward there. And that gives us a long path to the ball that we can get to on that. But like when that ball was coming in hard, it's going to be a little bit tough to get to. So just watch that as major league samples with Pilar and the Mariner. See how they use their back leg to get into the ground, so we take out that motion, that motion, that motion there.